battle of brothers. Today the 12-66-10 against the Black Bay in 41mm. Hi, hello and welcome my friends. Well, last year I already battled the 11-66-10 against the Black Bay 41mm and also against the Omega Seamaster with the new Submariner fresh out of the box or the showroom or whatever you would like to call it. I think it makes sense to make this comparison at least in the same family again and battle the Black Bay against the Submariner. Let's find out the pros and cons and who's going to be the winner this time in today's video. Let's start with the bigger sister. Let's check out the ROLEX Submariner 2020 and the technical specifications, so to say. Well, what is improved? Of course, we do have the updated in-house movement, which was about of time, 13 years. The Submariner did rock the old version. Now we've got state-of-the-art 70 hours of power reserve, plus minus 2 seconds accuracy a day, which is very good from my point of view. You've got, of course, colors, different colors. You get the full gold variation, yellow gold with black and blue color scheme. Here as well, the dial is blue. The white gold version is just available with a black dial and the blue bezel. Steel and gold the same. We do have, of course, the black and the blue version, including the dial again. And steel, well, there is the black and the Kermit 2.0 with a black dial and the green ceramic inlay. In terms of dimension, they make a great update. From my point of view, the proportions look a little bit better right now. So you've got a diameter of 41mm. The bracelet is now as well 21mm at the top and goes down to 17mm. It will not work bigger from my point of view and what I saw so far than the old Submariner. But I think the lugs look a little bit more pleasing. But this is what the current ROLEX Submariner has to offer. From my point of view, a pretty good package. Then let's discuss the TUDOR Black Bay in 41mm, the little sister of the Submariner. Well, not that little actually. The Black Bay was every time a little more on the chubbier side. At least far thicker, or occurs far thicker than the Submariner. 41mm of diameter in-house movement. This was changed before the Black Bay did sport an ETA movement, but TUDOR of course went in-house, so you can get the Black Bay GMT and the regular Black Bay in 41mm and of course 39mm with an in-house movement, 70 hours of power reserve, which is decent enough, and I did battle and let the TUDOR win last year against the Sub, also due to the movement, but we do talk about the pros and cons later on. Color-wise, you do have no yellow gold, but a bronze variation, and of course also a steel and gold variation, which I do like quite a lot. The two-tone variations on the one hand in black, or what I do like quite a lot, with the champagne-colored sunburst dial. One day I expect TUDOR, or I hope that TUDOR is going to bring out a Sultan variation of the Black Bay. This would be awesome. Steel, well, in steel also a couple of colors, black dial of course, in red, black and blue. Seems the TUDOR Black Bay was sort of a trendsetter. So overall the package is very interesting when we take the 58 into consideration. Of course you can get there also a blue variation in steel, which is not available from ROLEX because the Submariner never was available with a blue bezel. Well, there is sort of a blue variation of vintage Submariners available, but this is due to a color failure, so the black actually faded into a more blue-ish color. That's it. The TUDOR Black Bay, or the TUDOR Submariner on the other side, was also in the history in the past available with a blue dial and a blue bezel. Let's discuss the pros and cons of the Submariner. What I have to admit is that the Sub is one of the most iconic dive watches, which influenced this area of dive watches, I think, the most. But the Subby wasn't the first dive watch, and a lot of technologies which were introduced to the Submariner were available from other brands. The glide lock system, for example, well, the Marine Master from Seiko did sport before a very similar system, as well the use of ceramic. A lot of other watch brands did use ceramic before, but the Submariner makes it more like a need to have in a watch. Omega, for example, did introduce for the Seamaster line also like a system in the clasp to make the bracelet easy adjustable, and also ceramic was spotted by more and more watches after the Submariner with a ceramic bezel inlay was introduced. Let's talk about the cons of the Submariner, which is its price. Well, not its list price. 8,300 euros are expensive for a dive watch, and the Seamaster Professional 300 Diver offers far more for less. But we talk about a very iconic dive watch, and this is okay from my point of view. It's just not available for this price point. The prices did skyrocket on the grey market, and I'm really fed up with all this hype and investment bullshit. It's a shame that a passionate watch collector is not able to get a watch or a Submariner for a decent price. And this happens with a lot of fields. Talking about vintage cars, for example, the thing is happening, and it's really sad that watch enthusiasts and watch lovers all over the world just struggle to even get a Submariner into their hands. After the Submariner, let's discuss the pros and cons of the Black Bay, and the first and biggest pro, it's available. Plus, it's even not half the price of the Submariner. And don't let your AD fool you. Also, the Black Bay 58 is available, or you can get within 2 months. I've got a couple of friends, they didn't know this AD, they weren't frequent customer, and they were able to get it within 2 to 3 months maximum. Another big pro for the Black Bay is its aluminum inlay. Well, I do like if watches can age with you. And this is one advantage, because the aluminum inlay, well, it can age, it can fade. And another important thing, the color is stronger. If I compare the blue Black Bay with the Smurf 2.0 from Rolex, well, thanks very much, but I think the blue aluminum inlay looks far more pleasing than this Smurf Aral blue of the Submariner. Sorry, my opinion, you can disagree, but I think the color looks richer and better with the Black Bay in that comparison. What I as well do like a lot is that there are different strap options from TUDOR available for the Black Bay. You get the steel bracelet, the leather one, and also of course the NATO strap, something which is 100% missing with the Submariner. I was hoping so much that Rolex would release the Oyster Flex bracelet for the Submariner. They didn't do it. They introduced it for the Sky Dweller. It's a shame. I really think the Oyster Flex would look great on the Submariner. Another big pro is the history of the Black Bay. Well, sort of history. The current Black Bay is a mix of different TUDOR Submariners in the past, but I still think it looks very pleasing. I do like the snowflake hand. I do like the rivet style bracelet, which is something where I know that some of you guys dislike. So put it on the pro or on the con side. I think the Black Bay is a very beautiful, capable dive watch. Just 200 meters of water resistance versus 300 meters from the Submariner. 300 meters, of course, would be nice, especially due to the thickness, which is another con for the Black Bay. It's a little bit more on the chubby side. It looks in terms of the design point of view, or it looks in terms of its design less pleasing in direct comparison with the Submariner. It's chubby, that's it. But yeah, these are the only cons I can find for the Black Bay. But who is the winner of this epic battle, of this family drama? Well, from my point of view, it's the TUDOR. And I have to mention that I did own a couple of Submariners in the past. I did have the 14060M, the 116610, the 116613, the 116618. The one Rolex which stayed in my collection is a GMT Master 2. And I don't know, the TUDOR is, from my point of view, the real tool watch. Yes, it does sport just 200 meters of water resistance. It doesn't have the glide lock in the clasp and no ceramic inlay, but it's a tool watch, and I do sort of like the blue variation with a leather strap, even though diver and leather strap isn't the best combination. The TUDOR Black Bay has a lot of charm. I do like the structure of the dial, I like the color, how it can change, I like how it appears on the wrist. So yeah, from my point of view, the TUDOR Black Bay is here the winner of the battle. Alright my friends, this concludes today's video, and I'm really eager to learn about your opinion. Which of the two is your favorite, the TUDOR Black Bay or the ROLEX Submariner? Leave a comment in the comment section below and share this with me and the community. As well, stay tuned for the video of next week. This is a watch collection review from Seiko Maniac, who sent in incredible footage of his collection, and there are some really interesting Seiko hidden gem in that collection. So stay tuned for that, my friends. I wish all of you now a very happy weekend, a good start into the new week. I look forward to see you in the next one. Say goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Euer Konstantin. Ciao, guys.